If you're still a Donald Trump fan, then watch this video. And even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, just listen to the facts in this video and tell me if by the end of this video you don't think Donald Trump is just a petulant child. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. Great to have you with us. There's a really wild story. Now, there's been a lot of wild stories with Trump trying to cancel wind projects and losing in court constantly over and over and just wasting the federal government's money and time and really trying to destroy the wind industry and saying crazy things like windmills don't work. There's no windmills in China at all, even though it's the country with the most windmills in the world. This really, really childish stuff. However, now he is threatening to block a new bridge, to not allow a new bridge linking Windsor, Ontario and Detroit to open, saying the United States should first be compensated. Now, interestingly, he's the one who back in 2017 said this bridge should happen. He said to Canada, we should build this bridge. Canada was like, great. Can you help us with some money? And Trump was like, no, you fund it. So Canada went ahead and funded it. And now Trump's saying, you can't open it, even though it's finished. And Canada paid for all of it. And Canada hired workers in the US to build it. So Canada actually gave their own money to the United States workers to build a bridge which is for the United States and for Canada. Honestly, the childishness here is like beyond belief. Trump said in a social media post Monday that the US will immediately start negotiations over the Gordie Howe International Bridge, which is sent to be a key link in the North American auto industry when it opens earlier this year after delays. Now, he says negotiations, which is Trump speak for saying, I will demand what I want and I will get what I want. He said the US should own at least one half of this asset, even though it paid nothing for it. In his post, Trump said Canada has treated the United States very unfairly for decades. He said Canada owns both the Canadian and American sides of the bridge, which he said was built with virtually no US content. Well, interesting. The Government of Canada website says it funded the entire project and it's still funding it, which will be publicly owned by both Canada and Michigan. So Trump is wrong again. He hasn't even bothered to just get on Google. Trump, you fucking moron, and just Google it. Find out who's funding the project. Will the United States actually own it? Actually, Michigan will own its half of the bridge. Michigan, Trump is in the United States, you moron. His stupidity is getting frustrating. And honestly, the thing is, before he came into power, I thought some of the things he was saying made sense and were quite logical. And I thought, well, what's the alternative? Biden's going to sleep all the time. And I kind of, some people said they supported Trump. And I thought, well, fair enough. And now I think, man, what a nightmare. The project is going to cost $6.4 billion, up from the original $5.7 billion. Candice Lang, President and CEO of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, said in a statement that blocking or barricading bridges is a self-defeating move. Lang said the Trump administration was right in 2017 in its joint statement that endorsed the bridge as a priority project. So the Trump administration, if you'd like to book a paid consultation, you can do so, and I'll put a link in the description below. If you want advice on what electric car to buy, solar systems, all that kind of stuff, you can do that. Said this was a priority project back in 2017. I'm sure he's forgotten that. She added that modern border infrastructure strengthens shared economic security. Actually, guys, this bridge is a huge benefit. There's another bridge not too far away, but it is one of the biggest traffic jams in the world sometimes. Traffic jams go on for hours on that bridge. It's a total nightmare. So this is meant to be a solution to that. And a lot of people are probably thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to be so good when this is built and I don't have to sit in a traffic jam for hours. Through decades of collaboration, Canada and the United States build things together, create jobs together, and compete globally together, said Lang. The path forward isn't deconstructing established trade corridors, it's actually building bridges. Stacey LaRouche, Press Secretary to Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, said the Gordie Howe International Bridge is all about jobs. It's good for Michigan workers and it's good for Michigan's auto industry, said LaRouche, noting that the construction of the bridge was financed by Canada and that it was built by union construction workers from both the United States and Canada. This project has been a tremendous example of bipartisan and international cooperation. It's going to open one way or another, and the governor looks forward to attending the ribbon cutting. According to Transport Canada, the Ambassador Bridge, the current border crossing, handles a diverse mix of high-valued freight drawn heavily from the automotive and related manufacturing sectors. In other words, Canada is getting a lot of stuff from the United States. So the US actually does sell a lot of stuff to Canada. It's vice versa, right? Anyway, nearly half of imports and exports transiting through the Ambassador Bridge by road are automotive vehicles and parts, machinery and equipment, plastics and electronics, the agency says on its website. That we get from the US, they're saying. US Senator Alyssa Slotkin said cancelling the project would have serious repercussions. In other words, this US Senator is saying, Trump, shut up. Higher costs for Michigan businesses, less secure supply chains, and ultimately fewer jobs, the Michigan Senator said on social media. With this threat, the president is punishing Michiganders, people in Michigan, for a trade war that Trump started and doesn't need to continue in this situation when Canada's paying everything. It's wild. In 2012, former Prime Minister Stephen Harper announced the construction of the bridge, and it was later announced it would be named after the hockey legend who starred for the Detroit Red Wings. Construction on the bridge began in 2018. The Government of Canada website says the project will provide an additional crossing option at one of the busiest Canada-US commercial border crossings. It says many permanent jobs will be created for the operation and maintenance of the bridge and ports of entry once open. It also says the bridge will provide the capacity to increase trade and encourage investment between Canada and the US, supporting the largest bilateral trading relationship in the world. Former Canadian Governor General Michelle Jean and her husband, filmmaker Jean-Daniel Lafond, created a documentary looking at the construction of the bridge as a symbol of historical, economic, and cultural connections between Windsor and Detroit. Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkins said on social media in June that the city is an international gateway between Canada and the US, and the new bridge will be another strong link within our storied two-nation destination. Now, I'm just curious to know, I mean, aside from the obvious logical fact that Canada has said, actually, Trump, the side on your side is owned by Michigan. But I'm curious to know, even if it wasn't, what damn difference does it make who owns the bridge? How does it make any difference at all to anyone? It's not like it's sitting there making millions of billions of dollars. I don't understand Trump's obsession with owning things. It just seems like it's so childish. It's so childish. He has this obsession with, we should own this, we should own Greenland. Why is it that the United States can't come up with some sort of way to unelect the president? Well, other countries can do this. You can have these like sort of, sudden re-elections where you just say, this person's not fit to lead. This person's not fit to represent our country. And that's a big part of the problem here. I honestly think a vast number of very intelligent Americans, incredible CEOs, incredible business leaders, incredible intelligent people. It's the country in the world that it has created so many amazing companies. Why is it that none of those people will be president? And you just have a buffoon leading the country. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye-bye. Guys, if you want to install solar panels, a home battery, or a home charger, the best way to do this for your situation is to go to the links in the description below, and they'll take you to a page where you can compare everyone. So depending on it doesn't matter where you live. A lot of people email me all the time saying, well, what solar system should I get? Who should I go with? What battery should I get? What electric charger should I get? Well, click in the links in the description and you can actually compare all the different choices and find the best deal for you. I'll put that link in the description below. Additionally, there is a battery savings calculator link and also a federal battery rebate calculator. I personally have found that I'm not paying for electricity at all, and that's including charging my 2 electric cars and also running my home power, my home sauna. Nothing, not paying anything at all. And I think a lot of people are getting misled. They think that getting a battery is not worth it. Actually, I think it is worth it. So those links are in the description below.